This is a channel that I've wanted to do for a while now. I've wanted to sort of delve into the area of world building. And what I mean by world building, I don't mean, a computer generated or physical world that you can move through and interact with. I'm referring more to in context of a science fiction or fantasy novel or movie context where you're actually building worlds as a background for telling a story. So, what I want to look at is basically how we build up the foundations of a world or a civilization or a community. And what I want to do is basically take a look back at some existing cultures, looking at probably three main groups when you think about it. That is a native culture. So if you're telling a story in a civilization that has developed natively on that planet, doesn't involve any sort of extraterrestrial or intergalactic visitors. The second type of story is the colonization type story, where you'll have a group of, say, colonists come along, maybe a less advanced civilization that they interact with and how that may develop. And the third is a straight colonization of an empty planet. And what I'd like to do is maybe take a look at a little bit of the history that we have here on Earth with some of the civilizations that have developed naturally with little interaction with outside forces. I'm going to probably delve into maybe a little bit of Japanese history in that respect. I lived for a number of years in Japan, so I got to experience that to some degree. And as far as colonization is concerned, I think that my native Australia here is probably a perfect example of that, with the British coming in contact with the local indigenous people and just delving into some of that history from the sort of perspective of world building, as in what happens when one culture with certain set of values comes in contact with another that has a different set of values. Those types of things. I'd also like to sort of delve into some of the science that exists that's relevant to storytelling in this respect. And I'd also like to maybe have a little bit of a go at trying to, even as a little bit of a project maybe, trying to actually create a society, a history, a world, so to speak, from scratch. So those are the types of things that I'm looking at getting into with this channel. So I'll just finish off this introduction to give you a little bit of information about myself. I've been making comics for 20 plus years now. I've had a break, obviously, when I went overseas, when I was living in Japan, and more recently I've been getting back into the idea of storytelling and creating comics, delving more into sort of the 3D rendering sort of side of things. So I just thought that this could be a fun little experiment that I could do. I'm not expecting much of an audience, but if you happen to stumble across it, I hope you enjoy it.